What does e-waste, a webcam, a dash cam, and a gyro source have in common? The first one is what happens to your old iPhone if you don't watch this video, and the others are what I'll teach you to do with an old iPhone. I am the first one to admit that I have a hate-love relationship with Apple products. Every time I pick up a phone, I can see the care that went into picking good camera hardware and ensuring it's all a nice package. But as soon as the device is discontinued, Apple makes it harder and harder to use. Recycling is supposed to come after reducing and reusing, which is why I try my hardest to find some use for every old device in my home, from my Android phones to my iPhones. Sometimes I even shoot my videos using an iPhone 6s on my desk using Premiere Rush. If you have ever tried to use a discontinued device like the iPhone 5s, you know that the App Store will tell you that an app is not compatible. However, if you use a newer model iPhone like this iPhone XR, you can download the app and then try downloading the app from your purchase section of your iPhone 5s, from the App Store to give you the last version that worked on that phone. This feature is awesome since you can keep using apps on your old phone. However, there's no reason Apple can't just let you download the old app directly on your phone. These 4 things are going to give your old iPhone a new life that you'd be surprised was possible. We'll start with a webcam through Camo Studio. Camo Studio offers a completely free version of their PC Mac app, which can use an old iPhone or Android device as a 720p webcam. You'd be surprised at the quality since the majority of iPhone cameras come with a nice Sony IMX sensor, which is capable of looking good compared to almost any webcam on the market. If you'd like more control, lifetime purchase of Camo Studio comes in at $80, while a monthly subscription is $5. If you find that pricing a bit steep, or you need the ability to be wireless, obs.ninja will allow you to stream your camera on almost any device to OBS Studio and supports 720p on most devices, with some supporting 1080p. You can create a browser source in OBS Studio and use the OBS virtual camera in any medium. If you want to get fancy, you can add a basic link for your video feed. This can allow you to place a camera almost anywhere and then view it as long as your phone has internet and power. So feel free to place a little bird watching camera, a chicken coop camera, or whatever. It's a cheap iPhone, so it's not going to break the bank since you already own it. Some recent tech videos I've tried reviewing and finding the best dash camera. I concluded that the issue comes down to the sensors being used in the devices, and the iPhones always come with decent camera sensors. Using Camera Road, you can convert even the oldest iPhones, the iPhone 5s, to a dash cam for your car. A cheap suction cup and tripod mount alongside a lightning cable will allow you to mount the phone inside your car, and the automatic recording features will allow you to have peace of mind since recording starts once you pass 10 miles per hour. I strongly recommend going to the settings, allocating a decent amount of storage, and setting your fragment size to 5 minutes for best results. The app only allows 1080p capture, but this side by side with my existing 1080p dash cam shows that resolution isn't the only thing that matters in dash cams. I also found that the output files have the GPS coordinates and speed flicker between 0 and the actual speed. However, I think this footage can be used for a decent travel montage. Hey you learning something? Okay, that's cool. How about you subscribe and leave a comment telling me which part you liked. Okay, thanks. Last but definitely the coolest is GyroFlow. Designed to take advantage of action cameras that export gyro data like GoPro, it's expanded to allow any camera where you can reasonably collect gyro data. Introducing the iPhone 5s and my Che-Lig C38 connector. Since my videos aren't shot in order and that project is delayed pending 3D printing, I'm adding this one with the 2 pieces you need. The HotShoe mount and the Garmin edge adapter. You can put a little rubber band to hold it and make sure it doesn't fall out. And put your HotShoe mount in anything. And the hedges scanner case for the iPhone 5s. If you already printed that because you were getting ready to 3D scan use the hedges, or you printed it because you wanted a way to put your iPhone and make it a little bit bigger or more blocky, you can use this and mount it onto any HotShoe mount. So you can use a large camera, or you can use a small camera that was abandoned by the company that made it without giving it gyro data. Just put the HotShoe mount on it, or want to be super silly, you can just attach this to your phone, capture gyro data, use the gyro data in GyroFlow. Okay, so I'm gonna brave up the tropical hill. I'm trying my best to keep it steady. And the plan here is to start with just the Lumix without a gimbal. iPhone's already up top, it's recording data. I'm gonna go up the hill, just handheld, trying to minimize the vibrations, just to get the steadiest shot possible. Okay, I'm approaching the hill, and this time I'm shooting the same Lumix footage, but I am now using a little gimbal and see if GyroFlow can actually stabilize the up and down motion, because the side to side motion should be fairly stable since I'm using the gimbal. I don't know why Crane doesn't advertise this configuration, because I can tell you this one is a good one. It's a good configuration of the Crane gimbal. It's actually amazing. It takes about, you know, like 10 minutes to balance it, but man, does it work. Oh, yeah, I almost fell. And it's gone. All right, let's see if I can bring it back. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely underpowered. The question is, will it be fixable? We'll see about that. For best results, make sure your device has any image stabilization features disabled, as well as any stabilization in the lenses. And download the sensor logger with no spaces application on your iPhone. It's completely free. Check your settings to make sure you're sampling the gyroscope as often as possible. Enable gyroscope recording. Start recording gyro data, then start recording your footage on your camera. Once you're done, stop recording footage, then stop recording gyro data. In that order, so you don't lose any info. Sensor logger will allow you to export your data as a zipped CSV, and you can open the gyroscope.csv file. Once you're in there, grab the conversion CSV attached to the video description, follow the instructions to move your data over, but leave any rows with time values that are negative. Sometimes the first value will be below 0 seconds, which makes no sense. Using GyroFlow is easy, but if your camera isn't supported, you may need to calibrate your lenses. This isn't difficult. Open the Lex calibrator, click Open Calibration Target, turn off the lights for your best results, and record some high shutter speed footage of at least 1/100th of a couple positions showing the full checkerboard, as well as lining up the edges of the checkerboard with your video. Calibrator will tell you how accurate your calibration was, and what we're aiming for is something below 1.0 error. Once you've calibrated your lenses, export the lens profile, and then you can use it with your original footage. Add the footage, your gyroscope data and lens profile, set your gyro offset and sync surge size to 10 seconds and your maximum points to 30 for best accuracy, and press auto sync. If the process can't sync your footage, that's okay. You may have to shot with a lot of motion blur. Switch to advanced under sync method and use visual features under the offset calculation method. Once you have sync data, select a section in the gyroscope area, right click and press guess IMU rotation here. Once you're ready, play around with the smoothness slider until you're satisfied. Try keeping your zoom below 130% so you lose out of info unless you shot on very wide lenses. That's all for now, and I hope I've kept your old iPhone from going to the e-waste bin. It's really a shame because Apple could have done a lot of things to these phones to keep them around for longer, but they just keep getting in the way.